How we lit a playing room like Stranger Things, from boring to cinematic. In this breakdown, I'm going to show you how we transform a basic everyday space into 3 cinematic worlds, inspired by the look of Stranger Things. Let's check out the final result.
So you lost?
Never done before. Drop the curtain, drop the curtain.
Let's start with warm and cozy setup. Here's how we build this look step by step. First, we turn off all the apartment's lights. You want to clear the canvas, so you have total control and there are unwanted ambient light spilling in. Next, we brought in some practicals. We replace the standard bulbs with 2 Godox C10RS inside the lamps, set to 76% intensity and 2700 Kelvin with a slight magenta shift to achieve a natural golden glow. To add some depth, we set a simple 2-watt LED in front of the talent. For a bit hair separation and cool feel, we rigged up a Godox RS60R with a small octabox and grid. We kept it subtle, just 4% and 10,000 Kelvin, with a subtle green shift to give a nice cool contrast to those warm lamps. For our main source, we use a Godox N300R with 90 cm octabox. We kept it soft and controlled, just above eye level, at 3% intensity and 3000 Kelvin. It keeps things intimate without breaking the cozy mood. We kept the white balance at 4500 Kelvin to lean into that warm cozy glow. To bring this into life with those random blinks, I use Godox Light Up for quick wireless control. Finally, we added some smooth motion using handcrafted dolly and 100 cm track. For the second look, we went for the dark, mysterious upside down feel. To set the mood, we place a Godox RS60R with diffusion dome to the right of the talent. In edgy side mode, we set the hue 2 to 220 at 21% intensity. We also place C10R bulb in the floor lamp, set to hue 200 with 74% saturation, just gently leave the shadows. We turn everything off except for that single 2-watt LED in front of our talent. That one warm points create a beautiful harsh contrast against all those cool tones. To get those iconic pin flashes, we point a Godox RS60R at the ceiling. We use the explosion effect and hue was set to 323. I triggered this manually to hit exactly when we needed that extra tension. We use the M300R again, but this time in a fixed mode in position slightly above eye level. We also set this light to explosion effect at 3% intensity with hue 323 and let it run in after mode. White balance stayed at 4500 Kelvin. These settings help achieve strong color contrast between cool and warm tones, creating mysterious upside down atmosphere. In post-production, I added subtle floating ash particles to complete the look. For the close-up, we kept it minimal and focused purely on the pink and blue color play. We place M300R with an octabox and grid on the left, set to edgy side mode at hue 300, giving the skin a soft, stylized pink tone. To pull out some contrast, we place the RS60R with a diffusion dome just 50 cm away on the right. Setting this to hue 220 at 5% intensity give us just enough blue to pop. Camera settings are still 4500 Kelvin. The secret sauce here was a 50mm lens paired with a cheap 10x close-up filter. It creates that blurry, dreamlike edge and chromatic aberration. We shoot at f4 or higher to maintain depth and use manual focus to keep the eye sharp. Just a quick tip. Even though I use 100 saturation in this tutorial, I found it that usually overkill. It can actually make life a lot harder in post-production. Highly saturated colors tend to clip easily, and once you lose that detail, it's almost impossible to get back. I'd recommend it staying between 30% and 60%. It's much safer to capture cleaner image and just dial in more color later when you're grading. The final look was all about isolation, making a small room feel like an endless empty void. We turned off all the apartment's lights and used black cloth to prevent the light from bouncing off the walls. You need that deep, nothingness feeling. We use non-light Power 230C with some DIY barn doors. This keeps the light from spilling everywhere and creates a cool sharp edge at 7000 Kelvin to peel the subject away from black background. To get the top of the head and sell that isolated feel, we hang another Power 2 directly overhead, set to 4% intensity in 4500 Kelvin. Finally, to add just a touch of detail and subtle catch in the eyes, we place the Godox RS60R in front at the very low 0.6%, just enough to keep the eyes from going completely dark. And there you have it, proof that you don't need a Hollywood studio to get a Hollywood look. By using a little creativity, like playing with smart lighting, color contrast and simple DIY modifiers, you can easily elevate playing room into cinematic settings. Check the description for the gear used in this video. Don't forget to subscribe for more lighting breakdowns. Thanks for watching and have a nice day!